Hi, my name is Ryan, and in this video we'll be creating a simple button using HTML and CSS. So let's have a look at the final result. This is the button we'll be creating, and it has nothing more than just a gradient background on its hover state. So let's go to our index.html file and start creating the button. Note that we won't be using the button tag, but instead we'll be using the anchor tag in order to create the button. So inside my body section I'll be adding the anchor tag, and it will lead to nowhere. I'll add in a class of button, and finally I'll add in some text. So this is all for the HTML part. Now let's move to our CSS file and start styling the anchor tag. The first thing I'm going to do I'm going to position this text at the center of the screen. For that I'm going to give it a position of absolute. I'm going to position it at a 50% from top and at 50% from the left. And finally I'm going to use the transform property, and I'm going to translate it by negative 50% on the x-axis and negative 50% on the y-axis. Now you can see the text is exactly at the center of the screen. Lastly, let me remove the underline by setting the text decoration to none. Now let's target the button class and set the display property to inline block. Now let's select the color FFF, which is white, and set the background to a shade of green, which is 009900. I'll add in a padding of 16 pixel at the top and bottom and 40 pixel at the left and right. I'll add in a border radius of 30 pixel. I'll increase the font size to 1.5 em, and I'll choose a font family of Arial. And finally I'll make it to uppercase. Now if we go to our index.final file, we can see a double right arrow at the right side of this text. So let's see how we can achieve that. We'll go to our styles.css file, and for this we'll be using the after pseudo element. So I'll be writing a.button double colon after, and I'll be setting the content to \00BB. So this is the Unicode for double right arrow. For your reference, I've added the link to the Unicode list in the description box below. Do check it out. And in order to add in some space, I'll be adding a margin left of 10 pixel. So now we have some space in between the text and the arrow. Finally, we need to add the gradient background to the button on its hover state. For that, let's come down here and write a.button colon hover background linear gradient. This gradient is going to start at the top left and end at the bottom right. So we need to write to bottom right, comma. The gradient is going to start with a lighter shade of green, which is 01DF01, and it's going to end with a darker shade of green, which is 007000. So let's see it. Now we can see that we have a gradient background to our button. So it was Quite simple, isn't it? So that's all I have for you in this video. See you in the next one. Till then, bye bye.